see how he goes. Got a really nice field of guys here tonight. A couple of women in the event. Always love to see the ladies come out. Make sure you are not afraid to come on down and show us what you got, ladies. Got a lot of talented ladies in the area. Let's see. What is he actually looking at here? All right, he was playing safe there. He's going to put the 1 ball right next to the 9 ball. But it actually looks like he left a clear hit. I do not think Jim has enough to pocket the 9 ball combination. I believe he's going to call it for sure. However, actually, you know what? This is not a called 9 ball, so he can just fire away. We do not call the 9 ball in that race to 3 format. That is definitely helpful for the lesser player. All right. You know, Jared takes a break from pool every now and again, and you know, every time he comes back, it seems like he's still on par, even though he doesn't hit balls every day like a lot of these guys. He's still one of those top amateur competitors, always in the running. Always a threat to win any amateur event, for sure. He's definitely a rhythm player, but you know, I think it's really enjoyable to watch him shoot when he's firing on all cylinders. I really enjoy that. James Snookers, you mean in 2 weeks, right? Yes. Yes, it's not this weekend coming up. It's the following weekend. Paul Lewis, is this the Italian Stallion? Yes, I think I got that name over the weekend. So, yes, it is I, Mike DeMarco, a.k.a. the Italian Stallion. Jose Concepcion, your question, how is the Lascotti sign-ups going? 128 players yet? No, we are not full just yet. I believe we are, I mean, on my end, I know this is a cooperative event between myself, the Ship to Cash brand, and also the East Coast Pool Tour with Sal Bev, Mario Argentino, and those guys. But on my end, I'm just about to hit 50 or so on my end, and they're going to be in that neighborhood also. So I believe we're probably past the halfway point by a good amount. But I do not have an exact number of signups yet, but we're definitely 60 plus. I'm sure of that. Right, so Jared taking his time. He's got his headphones in. You can't hear it right now, but Wednesday night action, we do have some good music pumping. We've always got it going like that. It kind of emulates the vibe of the old Snookers. I don't know if you guys remember, but it's a lot more of a darker atmosphere, kind of that old school vibe. That's the way I like to do it, the Ship to Cash vibe there. You know, dimmer lights, the pool table's lit up, and basically just the music at a good level so that you're not really listening to people scratch their face and whatever else. You know, we like to create that environment regardless of venue. But every Wednesday we do that here. We take extreme caution in setting that environment for the players so they can really enjoy themselves. Nice combination by Jared. So don't forget, guys, we have a ton of stream content coming your way. Lots and lots of stuff coming, so make sure you are staying tuned to the Snookers Live Facebook page for all of the updates. Me personally, I will be sharing all of that information also. So make sure you stay tuned for that stuff. Folks, if your sound goes off occasionally, that's just me calling matches out. I don't want to be yelling in your ear. And also, I need to make sure that because we are broadcasting via Facebook here on the Facebook Live, we can't have it where the microphones, even on just the headsets, are active. Can't leave it so that the microphones are active and the music broadcasts into the microphones, because then they will shut down the stream. We will not be able to continue the broadcast, so got to be cautious about that stuff. Definitely got to be cautious about those things. So these guys are, I don't want to call it struggling, but they're having a tough time with this first rack here. Like, things are just tying up. It's not an open table. I mean, it's kind of been kick, combination, safe, tie up. So it's kind of a slow-paced rack of 9-ball. But I promise you, neither of these guys are slow players by a long shot. They are not slow players at all. I'll tell you, the next matchup that we have for you is going to be pretty strong. We're going to have Steve Edmiston, and he's going to be playing Mr. Joe Dupuis. I'm sure you guys know that name. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Jared's looking how he wants to kick. Jared's not really a jumper. He doesn't usually jump a ball. I mean, in this case here, you kind of just need to, guarantee yourself some contact here. He's looking to kick around the 7, and he does. And he is going to come out just fine with a returned safety. 4-ball completely eclipsing the 3-ball, so he has no clear shot. So we're probably going to see another kick shot here. In just a couple of minutes, I'm going to give you guys a rundown of our roster of players tonight. I'm going to give all the players a shout. Let you know that they're down here competing and trying to get some cash, getting in the action. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of all of the players that are signed up for tonight's event. So we got Scott Gonzalez, Tommy Bertrand, Ryan Lynham, Rich Farrell, Ethan McIntosh, Bill Cody, Sandra Costant, Jim Prather, Adam Blair, Corky, Jared Demalia, Patrick O'Connor, Steve Edmiston, Mike Utley, Heath Henley, Joe Dupuis, Alex Ortiz, Buddy Igo, Tyler Boudreau, Ryan McCrum, Eddie Ellis, Roger Paquin, Channing Thompson, Ryan Stevens, Shorty, Mr. Tom D'Alfonso, Andrew McCall, Charlie Garabedian, Kevin Monteiro, Joe Perry, and Rick Dowding. That is your roster for the tournament tonight. Shorty and Corky are here. I just verified that. Sorry, I didn't see your comment there in the chat, Mark. Paul Lewis, very impressive shooting this weekend, Mr. DeMarco. Thank you very much, Paul. I was bearing down as best as possible, trying to make it happen, and I did what I could. I felt a little out of sorts my last match. My opponent shot fantastic. Clyde Mata, he shot incredible, and I was just not in the right mind state to be competing at that point. It's a lot of distractions that I personally could not fade. But hey, I learned from the experience, and I will be coming. I don't get to play as often as I'd like. However, when I do, I will give you my all, I promise. Paul Lewis, sir, if you put the disclaimer on that you do not own the copyright to the background music, that works with Facebook. I will tell you personally, Paul, that does not work. I have done that, and it does not make a difference. Maybe it's happened in the past. I've tried doing that, and they have shut us down. So I'm not gonna tempt with that. But I will tell you that in the near future, that will not be an issue. Again, I can't mention exactly how we're going to be set up at that point, but in the very near future, we're going to have tons more content and different ways to stream to you, so that music thing will not be an issue, and neither will other things, but we are going to have an awesome production for you. Everything from matches to tutorials and instructional videos, interviews, you name it, we got all the good stuff coming. I don't know if Joe Dupuis knows this, but he's going to be coming up next on the stream table, so hopefully he's ready to fire away and give us a good show. All right, Jimmy looking to finish rack number 1. Just kind of needs to pocket this, and he will be okay on this 9-ball. Don't need to do anything fancy, just pocket it and stay on the side of the table with the 9. And he does. He's going to get pretty much straight in on the 9-ball here. He's looking pretty straight in. Nicely done. And Jim Prather taking rack number 1. And again, this is a Ship to Cash Wednesday night action at Snookers. And we do this every Wednesday. 6 o'clock free practice. 6:30 is our start time. If you're running late, make sure you call Snookers or contact me personally prior to you arriving. It has to be before 6:30. I can put you in the bracket if you're going to be shortly after that time. But make sure you let me know, and I will make sure that you are in. Got a great group of people in the room tonight. We are rocking pretty well. You want to check out what we got. Everybody's active. Give you a quick shot of the room. Got all these things going on here. Everybody on a table taking care of business. And here we go. Jim Prather coming to break in rack number 2. He's looking to pocket that 2-ball in the bottom corner there. And it does not go, but he gets the 4-ball up top. Gets the 4-ball right up top. And he's going to have an open shot. Now, in this case, it's really up to him whether he elects to play safe, rolling behind the 5. He can bank the 1 up the table and try to keep the cue ball behind the 5. He can leave the 1 ball where it's at, try to thin it and send the cue ball back up table. Really just preference here. I think he's probably going to try to bank the cue ball over near the 5, like that. I think he wanted to hit that second rail to give it that deliberate line to roll behind the 5. But he did leave an open shot here for Mr. Demalia. We're going to be putting up some more matches here, getting these guys rocking and rolling. Pardon me while I call these out. All right, I'm back. Got those guys out. They are all going to their tables right now. Again, don't forget, our next matchup tonight is going to be Joe Dupuis against Steve Edmiston, another strong amateur player from the area. Folks, if you are close by to Snookers, make sure you come check us out on a Wednesday. I can't tell you how, I don't want to say jealous, but I'm a little upset that I can't participate in the event because I like being here. Wednesday night has a really great group of players. Got a great group of guys that comes down here, a very regular group of players, and then there's kind of a rotating group with the rest of the players. Jose Concepcion in the chat. You did great, Mike, in the Winter Classic. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Very much appreciated. Gave it what I had, bro. Gave it what I had. I think my overall finish was 7th, 8th is what it was. So, not bad at all. Not bad. So, Jared looking to tie it up at 1-1. And he's got this 9-ball in the corner to tie it up. Just going to roll this in. The cue ball's going to go up to the top rail. And there it is. Jared Demalia tying it up 1-1. Again, we're at Wednesday night action at Snookers every Wednesday. Come on down. It's a great time. Lots and lots of good competitive shooters. And believe me, you do not have to be an A player to come down to Snookers on Wednesday. You don't have to be a top amateur. We have players that range from D up to pro, and they're here every week. And let me tell you something, the players that come every week, they get better. It's just a fact. They get better. You want to be good at something, surround yourself with the experts. We got some good players here. They don't mind showing you a thing or two. You know, I always like to explain to players that are dominant league players, so to speak, good players want more good players. And players that aren't so great, those are the guys that are probably going to be rooting for you to scratch and hoping for you to miss and that type of thing. So the players that are really good, though, the top guys, they want you to shoot well. They don't mind showing you what you're doing wrong. You ask them a question, they're going to tell you. And, you know, there are some top players. They offer very, very reasonable very reasonable lessons, one-on-one lessons, a few-hour sessions. So that is definitely a helpful thing. But again, you do not have to be a top player to come down to Snookers on a Wednesday. Just come on down, jump in. It's $20. If you were to come down to any pool room, really, you're going to pay an hourly rate trying to practice and whatnot. I mean, the tables do open up at a point, and you do get to just hit the balls, and you can hang out for a little bit. And if you're looking for some light games, we can definitely help you with that. We can definitely help you with that at any skill level. Like I said, we've got D players all the way up to pro level, and we can get you game at any of those levels for sure, 100%. Don't forget action matches. If you guys want to get involved, reach out to me. Let me know that you want to get down. We will get you set up, we'll get you a fair game, put you in the box. All right, Jared almost pocketing the 9-ball as a side effect of that stroke, but he does pocket the 2-ball legally, and that puts him in a good position here. He does need to make this 3-ball and get position on the 4. It's a slightly tall order. However, I'm putting my money on Jared. Little inside English, just a hair on the top of the center of the ball, so high right. Going to come down to shoot the 4 into the same pocket. You see him cueing as specified. And that's a miss there. No good. So seeing what Jimmy's looking at here, this is definitely combination. 3-5 combination. Got to make sure that you hold on to where the 3-ball's headed and the cue ball. You don't want to make the combination aimlessly and possibly leave the 3 on the top rail with you kicking at it or banking at it. Now that worked out okay. He's just going to draw it back down to the 4 down the table. So he's going to be all right. Nice job. Teetering, attempting that 9-ball, but did not do it. Remember, it is all-ball foul in this tournament, so had he moved that 9-ball in his stroke, that would be a foul, ball in hand. So Jimmy's looking to take game number 3, giving him a lead, and he does. The cue ball is going to slow down in time. He is not going to scratch. Jim Prather up 2-1 in our race to 3. And this is the Ship to Cash Wednesday night action 9-ball tournament, and we're at Snookers, Providence, Rhode Island. If you're around, come on down. Even if you can't make it for the start of the tournament, I urge you, come down and hang out. Come down, check out what we're doing. And watch some of the players. You don't want to put your feet in, you want to put your feet in the pool and you don't want to jump right in, that's fine. Come hang out, see what's going on. No big deal. All right, here we go. Jimmy Prather set to break. He's on the hill. And that's going to look like a dry break from Jim, giving Jared another opportunity. And folks, remember, it's race to 3 for everybody. It's rack your own, alternating break. Anybody can win these games. We've actually had a pro player and a C+ in the finals together. So if that tells you anything about how the tournament goes, I mean, anything can happen here. But it gives the players an opportunity to get in there, compete with some of the best, and learn from the best also. All while training their nerves and getting comfortable playing against good players. When you first come down, it might feel like you're on the big stage, but eventually you'll become comfortable with that, and that's going to allow you to compete a lot stronger overall. And Jimmy was trying to bump that 9 to make the 4. Was not successful there. So, in this position here, you got to just roll the 3 ball into the top corner. The only thing he's got to be worried about, though, is the speed. He's going to have to come across the table, and the speed sends him back over to the other side, as you can see right there. And had he pocketed that, that cue ball might not have been in an ideal spot. All right, Jared with the clear shot here. And I'm going to call that a bad roll. I like to try to decipher whether it was a bad hit or a bad roll. Bad line or a bad roll. And in that case, I'm going to say that's a bad roll. Jared looking to kick 2 rails into this 4 ball. And he was not far off there. It's really tough to adjust to the speed of the rails here. I mean, the fast tables right there, it's really tough to just see those lines and just jump right on there. Just comfortably roll the ball. Usually they're going to come a little bit sharper than expected. As you saw there on that kick shot. Jimmy really bearing down on this 5 ball. He's going to avoid the 9 ball and come 2 rails back above the 6. Fortunately, he missed that 5 ball. One of the best players I've ever had the opportunity to speak with, he told me something that I have taken to every pool match that I've ever played in, and I do spread the information. He said, there's an old saying, think long, think wrong. So usually go with what you're feeling, it's in your gut, you know what's going on. If you stay down too long on a shot, chances are you're not gonna get the best of it. So definitely want to try to have a decent pace at what you're trying to accomplish. Definitely don't want to rush. However, a decent pace at the table is going to get your brain working at a good speed. Looking for the bank here. I think Jimmy was actually swinging at the 9 ball there, just a hair, 2-way shot, playing safe, possibly to make the 9 ball, kicking the 9 ball in there, but option 1 is playing safe, and that's where he's at. Very, very crucial shot. If he leaves a hanger with this return on the safety, chances are Jimmy is going to win the match. So really got to be conscious of what you're doing here. Be very, very conscious. This is kind of the set deciding kick shot here. It doesn't look like it from here, but he may actually be able to hit it. Looks like he does have a piece of it, but he elected to kick. He really needs that 6 to get away from that rail, and it does a bit, but probably not enough to get Jimmy out of pocketing this ball. He's going to draw it over to the side rail there, draw it over to the long rail, and he's going to shoot the 7 into the same pocket. And that was definitely overspun. You could see the ball through into the rail. My man Ryan Stevens coming over to tell me, hey, Mikey, I got another one. Ryan Stevens is 2 deep on the winner's side. Very nice. Very nice kick by Jimmy there. He might get it. And he doesn't. We're going to see Jared cheat the pocket just a hair, roll underneath the 7. Wow, he elected to just draw the heck out of it and stay on that side. You know, that might actually be his preference on this particular table versus others, just to avoid contacting the rail. If you can avoid the rails and you're not comfortable, you know, like you're not comfortable with the speed of the table, if you can avoid the rails on a shot, maybe that would be your best option. All right, so Jared tying it up 2-2, and I believe it's Jared's break. It is Jared's break. So we're going to see what he can do with this. And again, is our buddy right there, our lost friend, Mr. Nelson Oliveira. I'm going to keep him on that poster. Nelson was down here most weeks on Wednesday night, and we miss you, buddy. Here we go. Jared Demalia to break in rack number 5. He does pocket a ball, and he does have a clear shot. Doing a quick lap around the table, trying to figure out what his plan of attack is going to be. Let's see what we got here. Jimmy trying to capitalize on Jared's initial miss. I'll tell you, on the screen it might look crazy, but I'm pretty sure he's just going to cut this right in the side. Maybe giving you guys the bird's eye view will give you a better idea of what he's actually looking at. But he's going to cut that right in there. You just got to avoid it rolling in line with the 6 ball. Wow, he completely missed the ball. So, the table does not have too many issues here, so I'm going to go ahead and say that Jared should be able to run out from here. I don't see any issues. There he is, coming right down. And there is that sharp angle we spoke about earlier. I do not believe he was intending on going above the 9 ball there. But that's that sharp angle because of the fast rails there. Nonetheless, it did work out okay. Guys, pop it in there. Swede, Mr. John Borglund, what's up? John Francisco, my man, how we doing? Pete Brown, Hunter Smutney, what's up, everybody? We are watching Jared Demalia try to complete this double hill rack. He overrolls it, trying to fade that speed. Here. some chick out top there. I mean, he could thin this ball in, but being stuck to the rail like that, he's Steve Sutton, what's up, bro? Sutton Death. I'm pretty sure that you are up at the Crow's Nest right now doing your Wednesday night deal. And if that's the case, I hope you're doing well. Hope everything's cranking for you over there. So Jim Prather with another opportunity here. That's it. Not the greatest look at the 9, but he has a clear shot. All right, here he is, Jim Prather to take the win. Jim Prather over Jared.